Clarion Books and Harper Audio present The Monkey Trial, John Scopes and the Battle Over Teaching Evolution by Anita Sanchez. Read by Dalia Ramahi. A note before we begin. Don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider or go directly to www.harpercollins.com/pages/The Monkey Trial. It contains a glossary, timeline, resources, and more. This is for Alex. Introduction. Call Howard Morgan to the stand. 14-year-old Howard Morgan was not used to wearing a tie. That morning, he had struggled in front of the bathroom mirror to get the thin strand knotted properly under his stiff collar. Now, as he walked to the front of the courtroom, the tie had slewed around until it was almost under one ear. Too late to fix it. The Rhea County Courthouse was jammed with hundreds of spectators, standing room only, and every eye was aimed at him. Everyone in the courthouse was dripping with sweat. The July afternoon was hot and humid, and the temperature in the building was well over 90 degrees. Howard took his seat on the carved wooden chair high on a platform and clutched the armrests. The judge and a dozen lawyers clustered at the front of the packed courtroom. Most of the lawyers were strangers to Howard, but he recognized William Jennings Bryan, one of the most famous men in America. Howard had seen his picture often enough in the papers since Bryan had run for president 3 times. Mr. Bryan was waving a palm leaf fan in front of his face, which was red with heat. Howard also recognized the defense lawyer, Clarence Darrow. Mr. Darrow, like most of the lawyers, had removed his jacket because of the sweltering temperature, and he grinned as he flaunted bright purple suspenders. And Mr. Scopes, one of Howard's favorite teachers at the high school, was there in the front of the room, sitting at a long table and watching quietly. A shiny microphone was just inches away from Howard's seat on the witness platform. Wires snaked through the courthouse, winding along the floor and dangling from the rafters. Radio announcers and reporters were waiting eagerly to hear what he would say. Howard fidgeted on the hard wooden seat as Tom Stewart, the prosecutor, approached. The first question was easy. "Your name's Howard Morgan?" Howard answered in a clear, high-pitched voice. "Yes, sir." "You are Mr. Luke Morgan's son?" "Yes, sir." "Your father is in the bank here, Dayton Bank and Trust Company?" "Yes, sir." The prosecutor held up a scuffed green-covered book Howard recognized. Hunter's Civic Biology. "Were you studying that book in April of this year, Howard?" "Yes, sir." "Did Professor Scopes teach it to you?" Howard replied in almost a whisper. "Yes, sir." Then came the all-important question, the one Howard was waiting for. "State in your own words, Howard, what he taught you." Howard knew the answer, almost as well as he knew his own name. He had rehearsed it often enough. Mr. Scopes himself had coached him thoroughly, preparing him for this cross-examination as though it were just another biology test. Howard took a deep breath and spoke clearly. "He said that the earth was once a hot, molten mass too hot for plant or animal life to exist upon it. In the sea, the earth cooled off. There was a little germ of one-cell organism formed, and this organism kept evolving until it got to be a pretty good-sized animal, and then came on to be a land animal, and it kept on evolving, and from this was man." The prosecutor gave a satisfied nod. Howard's testimony had removed all doubt. He was an eyewitness. Mr. Scopes had committed the crime of teaching Darwin's theory of evolution in the classroom of a Tennessee public school. Chapter 1.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?